Hello everyone, this video is basically pick something that you want for Splatoon 3, but the first reply picks a downside. Basically the superhero first reply picks a side effect thing, but for Splatoon. And this is the second half of me going over your guys' responses. Subscribe if you enjoyed, you can find the first part in the description. Let's get into it. Dualies can fire in two different directions by holding down the Y button for dual Joy-Con users. The camera locks in place and the left Joy-Con gains motion functionality to fire the left dualie. When Y is not being pressed, the dualies work in the same way as they do in Splat 2. Cool new function for the dualies. Downside, if you do it on the Pro Controller, it breaks in half and you can never fix it. I don't know if this meant the Pro Controller breaks in half or the dualies break in half, but either one would be funny. Yeah, realistically, this is one of those functions where it sounds cool on paper. It's two guns, why can't aim them in two different directions? But I think it would either be a little overpowered, not even in terms of shooting someone, but just being able to paint two different spots at once is like incredibly powerful for painting over people. And on top of that, the aiming would, yeah, it'd have to be on a Joy-Con. So I don't think this works. Fun concept, would not actually function. Funny downside. An interesting concept I thought would be cool is if you're wearing music buffs, depending on the brand tee you're wearing, it would give you a slight increase in your gear loadout based on what brand's music is playing. Downside, Killer Whale 5.1 receives interference when wearing an incorrect band tee, causing it to malfunction and have some of its beams shoot in random directions. Fun idea? On a casual side, it would be a nice fun thing if the brand you were wearing actually influenced it based on the music. Nice touch. However, competitive-wise, would kind of break the game and add an element of RNG. Probably not the best idea for a team-based shooter. Maybe in the plaza, that could be a thing. Like, it'd affect you in the plaza, whatever song you had playing, if it matched your band tee, so you could have stuff affect you there. That'd be cool. Big Meaty Claws. So, this is an actual full-on new weapon design with some insane art, and I had to share it. So they're like splatlets. It kind of reminds me of Doomfist from Overwatch, where it's like you have a bunch of different moves. It's kind of like a fighter in Splatoon, basically. Actually, a little bit of arms here too, but it's like a actual fighter character in a shooter, which is what Doomfist is in Overwatch. And I think that's really, really cool, and it could work. It would definitely be much more of an input button, and it would definitely be something that could work as a new weapon or a new class. Really cool idea. So what's the downside to an awesome brand new class idea? They suck and their kits suck. Yeah, there you go. That's a way to take an interesting class and make nobody want to play them, unless if you're a Tetra player, in which you're already used to this. Though I guess Tetras are pretty good, so it's not the exact same thing, but yeah. This is probably the most cruel downside, so very unfortunate. Big sad in the chat. Totally would not deserve it, but definitely something we can see Nintendo do, like with the Tetra treatment. Solid says a replay viewer, so we can replay matches and see what our teammates were doing. The downside, it's the last thing that gets added to the game after 5 years. If this sounds funny, remember you couldn't pick Splatfest stages and PBs until the end of the game in Splatoon 2. If it doesn't seem reasonable, nope, it's already happened. So it can definitely happen again. Better than nothing at all, though, so yeah, we'll take it. Nolan says Splattershot Pro base damage is buffed to 46. Response, no. Just no. Realistically, Pro needs some buffs. I'm not sure if 46 damage is exactly what it needs, but it'd be cool. Yeah, if we're getting rid of MPU damage up, sure, I'll take it. But downside, no. So, Nolan, too bad. Scrub says Brella shield deflects bombs as opposed to insta-exploding them. What a cool idea. Would definitely be a buff for Brella, and it would definitely make Brella really broken because that's their main counter. So downside, bombs deflected off the Brella increase the explosion radius, meaning you are more likely to kill your own teammates. Now that's a cool twist. Now instead of it just being reflecting and you're safe, you have now made the bombs more lethal, and the bombs will technically paint and do more with it. It would definitely be cool for a reflector kind of thing. Probably wouldn't work on any of the main 3 Brellas, but I could see it for like an undercover rework, for example, because undercover could definitely work with that. So it's an awesome idea and I love it. Hammer says Splatoon 1 Octobrush, but it now has Burst Bomb. It's the only weapon that doesn't come back at launch. If you were a Splatoon 2 day 1 buyer, you know the pain of your weapon not being available on launch. That is the worst thing ever. Also, based Infinity Blade screenshot. Infinity Blade goated. Moving on. Ryan said, I'd just like the single player to be more involved. I want the environments to feel more lived in and not just a bunch of floating platforms. I definitely agree with this. That's kind of a problem with the main Octo Canyon in comparison to Octo Expansion. Octo Expansion, of course, feels lived in because the subway has a bunch of creatures in it and the tests aren't for everyone. And I love the idea of Octo Canyon really showed off more of the actual residences. And you know, we do have that upside down city, so maybe we will see more of it. The downside being, the difficulty is dialed back so far that the gameplay isn't engaging. Now we have an interesting, lived-in single player, but it's boring as hell. Still better than Splatoon 2 Hero Mode. Moving on. Next up, weapon skins, something everyone wants. Downside, they have the same problem as kits, where they're just a sticker slapped on the weapon. Honestly, I would still take it. You could have a lot of creative stickers. It would be better than nothing, but yeah, definitely a letdown compared to what people actually want. I hope we get full-on skins in Splatoon 3. It would be nice. And, you know, custom kits, so. Jade says Tetras actually get kits. However, when you use the slides 4 times, you can't use it anymore. Hey, not the worst thing. You basically trade off a dodge roll for having kits. Just always use 3 dodge rolls. That would probably be better than what we have right now. Not that bad. Just don't miss input or you're absolutely screwed. Violet Mooney says a more effective communication system. However, the downside is you have to pay for the upgraded tier of Nintendo Switch Online in order to use it. Another thing I could see Nintendo doing. I wouldn't think it would be the worst thing ever, but it would be pretty bad. Better than nothing at all, though, gotta be honest. Okay, so this seemed like a really cool downside, so I wanted to point it out. However, whoever included the original post, apparently, they got suspended. So, F's in the chat for whoever the hell this was, but their account's gone, bro. Psykai Clip Splatoon Lore Finder says some of the maps get more single-player obstacles like grind rails and launching conveyors. That's awesome. They have a 5% chance of malfunctioning and killing you instantly. Yes, it's one of the continued, oh, this can malfunction and kill you ones. We have never seen that before. Every band gets their own version of Now or Never that is tied to the battle songs. That would be awesome. We would get a bunch of Now or Never twists. What could make it bad? They're all on par with the Smash Bros version. I didn't know what this sounded like, and you guys probably don't either. Is the downside that bad? Let's take a listen. Yeah. Like, what is this? This sounds like the songs people will put to say Splatoon music is like gargling piss. This is like the thing they'll put in to make fun of Splatoon music, and it's not even a Splatoon sounding song. Easily the worst downside. I would take my controller breaking in half over this. Anyway, normal twist, double jump ability, but fall damage. Fall damage had to be on here somewhere, so there it is. The ability probably wouldn't work because of out of bounds, but yes, funny fall damages happen. B says they add emotes like in the hit Battle Royale game, Fortnite. However, there are only Booyah and This Way. This is, once again, absolutely perfect. Nintendo would totally add emotes just to make it the 2 ones that you can already do and let the opponent see you and nothing else. Absolutely a Nintendo certified move. So, I actually got a lot of you bucket players here asking for Slosher to get Burst Bomb back. Like, this is not the only one. There were quite a few. And so this is the one with the most cruel downside. They do 29 damage max. Because, yes, screw you. No Burst Bomb combos. We're not doing that again. Lucy says E-Liter is the best charger in the game. So with the super ratio, Luna comes in. Chipotle prices go up by $2 every time you use the weapon, completely ruining Lucy's day. Now, if you don't know, Lucy, my editor over here, they're a Chipotle addict. So, absolutely great change. We're fixing an E-Liter player's health, and we're making the weapon better at the same time. 100% positive, best change. Hairball says, a live Splatfest that has 2 new weapons. Only one will stay the winner. This reminds me of the Minecraft mob vote, and I think it's a cool idea, except I don't think it should be one stays and the other is gone. I think it's one should come out sooner than the other. That would be a cool thing. Downside, they both suck. Finally, we have Arashi, hoping that his favorite special, the Ultra Stamp, returns. Trying to be a cheeky one in the reply saying it's not garbage this time, in which he's on copium. But the downside I will pick out is you have to wait 3 years to become available. Because screw it, fine. We'll give you your Ultra Stamp and it'll be good, and it'll be in the 3rd game, but you're gonna have to wait for it to happen. You know what? That might just be worth it for such an amazingly designed special to also be good. But with that being said, that is all the edition change thingies, so thank you guys for submitting. Maybe we'll do it again in Splatoon 3. Thanks for watching, subscribe, and bye.